Welcome to one of the biggest crossover events in Power Ranger and Kamen Rider fanfiction history, with almost 30 storylines crossing over. These storylines are written and read to you guys across multiple platforms and given to you by the 3 Ranger Bros Studios, which is hosted by Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, Cosplay Dude 637, and myself, Ty Tiger. So prepare to dive into a storyline that not only crosses over all these stories, but hosts a threat that is willing to take down the entire multiverse as we know it. Let us begin. Rangers and Riders Unite. War for the Multiverse. Part 8. The beginning of the final play. Durus released all his built-up power. A massive shockwave pulsed off of him. It surged through every Fadenizer. It rippled through every Power Ranger, Ultra Ranger, Apex Ranger, and Kamen Rider. And then suddenly, one by one, their power ripped from them. And then their life force energy. The Red Ultra Ranger watched as his lover lost her ultra powers and then her life, her skeleton dropping to the ground. Then he watched as his best friend lost his white ultra energy and his life force as well. The Red Cornish Ranger watched as the rest of his team lost their powers and their lives. Kamen Rider Wizard watched as the rest of the Kamen Riders lost their powers and their life forces as well. One by one, each and every Ranger and Rider lost their lives, their powers and life force was absorbed into Durus. The Red Ultra Ranger, Kamen Rider Wizard, the Silver Wild Force Ranger, and the Red Cornish Ranger were the last ones to go. Each one of them felt their powers drained from them. And then suddenly, through the energy wave that surged through them, something blurred past them. One by one, they were snatched from reality. Each one woke from a dark haze, and they all stood, now demorphed. Jason, Mark, Jacob, and Dante all looked around. They were in a beautiful white rose garden, with a fountain in the middle with ruby crystal pathways cutting through.
Anyone else confused?
Jason asked. Yes. Can anyone morph? Because I cannot call my driver belt, Jacob stated.
No. We seem to have lost our powers,
Mark replied. But we didn't got, did we? Somebody grabbed us. You saw it, right? Dante asked, confused.
The Golden Black Ranger. Yeah, we saw him. He moves quick. Seems like he wasn't fazed by the draining shockwave.
Jason confirmed with a nod. Another question is, where are we? And why is it so goddamn beautiful? Dante asked as he looked around. Suddenly there was a glimmer, a shimmer of light, a flicker of energy, and 2 hooded figures in white trench coats and a gold and black Jungle Fury looking ranger stood before them. The 4 of them grouped up and readied themselves for a fight. Easy, Rangers, and Kamen Rider. There's no conflict here, one of the hooded figures stated.
And you are?
Mark asked back as they all stood. The Ranger demorphed and took a step forward. He looked kind of familiar, Dante stated.
Wait, Ace, is that you? Like, actually you?
Mark asked the man. Yeah, Mark, it's actually me. This version of me is the best one I've got at the minute. I had to use him just before his universe got annihilated, the man known as Ace explained.
Okay, so we know one of them. What about those 2?
Jason asked, pointing at the 2 hooded figures. They removed their hoods, their trench coats phased away, showing off their true forms. Nice to finally meet you boys properly. My name is William Cranston, and this is my business partner Takeshi. And we are beings of multiversal godlike proportions, if you will. And we're here to help, the one with the glasses said.
Multiversal? If you haven't noticed, whenever someone claims to be multiversal, they end up being insane! and try to kill everyone.
Jason stated. Please, I've been around since the beginning. I was around before Durus. I've watched him form into that little rat that he is. I watched him get manipulated, turn evil, twisted, if you will. I saw him as he figured out how to absorb different forms of energy, including life itself. It took me a moment to figure out how or who, but I did, and now I'm here to share this information with you. William told them.
What do you mean, manipulated?
Mark asked. Durus is not working alone. It wasn't even his idea. None of this is from him. He is someone's puppet, Ace stated.
Okay, but why us? Why didn't you have Tommy or Haylin or literally anyone else?
Jason Bart. Because, Jason Lee Scott from Universe 19, you are the leader. You're the one everyone falls upon. Everyone relies on you. Everyone depends on you. You four are leaders. And not only that, but by far some of the strongest, most headstrong and passionate. The ones it boils down to are you four. William stated. You've been watching us, haven't you? For a long time now. Zordon's Christmas party, Santa being taken. You two are behind a lot of stuff, huh? Jacob retorted. Yes, we are. And we may have allowed certain events to test you, if you will, Takeshi replied.
I'm sorry. Test us? Here, I thought I left high school years ago.
Jason sneered. I will explain why after, but first let us deal with this current threat, William told them. Jason crossed his arms, took a deep breath in, and nodded at them. Durus is being manipulated by an individual who knows, well, me, Takeshi, and Ace. He was my... He did everything I asked. We cannot really be seen, you see. The less we show our faces, the better, especially if people find out what our mission is. William explained. Oh my God! Dante blurted. He took a step forward, rage and confusion now stunned him. Sadly, he used what he learned to take revenge on the multiverse. I have sworn to protect so well. He also stole the mechas. They were once the long and lost machines by something called Super Sentai. Something that predates Power Rangers. From a multiverse long forgotten. My base of operation housed their dead remains. He must have somehow fueled them with some form of unknown, untraceable energy source, because I cannot figure that part out, William stated. Well, that explains what the mechas are, Dante muttered. You not need to focus on fighting Durus, but try to break his mind, make him question his idea of his perfect universe, allow him to defeat himself, and then, and only then, will get rid of Durus, and the king of the operation will show himself, William told them. Jason turned to the others.
Are we seriously buying this?
Jason hushed.
Something seems oddly calming with him. Like, he's always been around. Don't know. Feels like I know him. Like, he's had a hand in my journey. Somehow.
Mark stated. He keeps looking at us weird. It's wigging me out. Dante hushed. They can be trusted, guys. I think. Me and Albert sense them. Their magic or whatever. Whatever you want to call it. It's potent. It's strong. It's kind of addicting. Jacob shrugged.
I swear to the gods, this better work.
Jason confirmed with a nod. He then turned back to face William. Are you willing to take on our advice then? William asked.
Sure, but no funny business.
Mark snapped. Please, no funny business, sure. But we can still have some fun. William grinned. Define fun, Dante replied. William and Takeshi both grinned at one another. Then their eyes turned all white and they both held up their hands, and suddenly there was a massive white flash that engulfed the four heroes. Durus stood In the one and only universe left, his universe, the Power Rangers and the Kamen Riders no longer existed, and he was a king, a hero. The universe bowed before him. He had made some things more correct, where the original Rangers and Riders of his universe gave up on him, his family, his world, and his entire universe. Duras had fixed their mistakes. Duras stood in front of a crowd of civilians. A long-time crook knelt before him, and he had just been caught vandalizing a statue of Duras. I'm sorry, but please forgive me," the man pleaded. "You shall be punished for your crimes," Duras roared. He pulled out his saber. It was black and gold, and his head was that of a bear. He swung his sword, slashing down the crook, who dropped to the floor. Everyone watched in complete awe. Fear shrouded the crowd. "Now, anyone else want to defy me?" Duras asked the crowd. Everyone shook their heads, and Duras then took flight and left the planet, heading towards the next destination. In the complete black void hidden in the command center, Zordon, Shinon, Brohan, Alpha, and CJ, with both versions of Haley, stood.
"It has been an hour since we've gotten our orders. How close are we to finding him?"
Zordon asked. "Getting there. It's kind of hard to pinpoint a guy who can slip in and out of a dimension," CJ stated.
"I have him, lost in time and space. I need help to bring him here. I only control time, you know,"
Shinon told them. "I gotcha," Universe 19 Haley replied. She sat on this small device and turned a few dials and raised a lever upwards. The small device roared to life. Tracking, pinpointing, locking on. Haley from Universe 91 barked as she typed away at the keyboard. "Okay, Shinon, do your thing," CJ announced. Shinon's eyes started glowing. She raised both her hands out and she started floating there. Suddenly, there was a burst of white light and a figure hit the floor. He stood up all flabbergasted. He straightened himself up and looked around the room. Shinon dropped to the floor, now weakened. Brohan rushed towards her, knelt down, and lifted his sister's head onto his lap. "Easy now, sister. You can rest for a while," Brohan muttered to her.
Well, 8 parts in, 8, and I'm finally in the crossover. Took him long enough.
Flabber muttered to himself. "Flabber! Oh my god, are you okay?" Alpha cheered.
"Ah, yes, I am. Well, yes, I cannot say the same for my Beetle Troopers."
Flabber sighed.
"Flabber, I am sorry that you lost your heroes, but right now is a critical moment in this war. We have the chance to save everyone, and we need your help,"
Zordon told him.
Of course, I am only a moment to improve the story, but nevertheless, yes, I will help.
Flabber told them. "Good, here is everything we need," CJ replied, handing him a piece of paper with a list on it. Flabber took the paper and read the list and let out a very long sigh.
Okay, might take a few moments, but bear with me. Time to stretch the old muscles.
Flabber grunted. He squatted a few times, then he did 3-star jumps and he spun his head around, then he clapped his hands and everyone watched him in confusion.
Sit tight, kids. Our big final act is incoming. Stay fabulous.
Flabber roared in glee. Then with a click of his fingers, the hero's final attempt to save the multiverse and bring it back to its full fruition had begun.
What you have just listened to is a product created by the Three Ranger Bros Studio.
Hosted by 3 cosplaying fathers who
happen to be massive geeks of all sorts of fandoms.
They are Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger,
Cosplay Dude 637,
and Ty Tiger.
The studio covers different types of YouTube videos, TikToks, podcasts, and live streams.
If you wish to find out who cosplays who, the YouTube channels, the TikTok accounts, and the podcasts, and all of the other social media platforms,
please go to the 3rangerbrostudios.com